Hey everybody. So my guest today is Thibaud. He is the founder of Loomly. Loomly provides marketing teams with all the tools, workflows and insights they need in order to build a successful brand online. As always, we would like to hear more of the founding story and the strategies that accelerated their growth success. Thibaud, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yes, I am.
All right, here we go. Can you tell us more about who you are and Loomly? How would you describe it?
Yeah, sure. First, thank you very much for having me on the show. I'm glad to be able to speak with you today. Loomly, it's a company that I co-founded with my spouse, Noemi. We've been working together for 9 years now, and Loomly is actually the fourth company that we are building together. And this is, actually very relevant to our story because prior to building Loomly, we were managing an advertising agency, both in France, where our largest client was L'Oréal. We were managing 5 brands for them. And here in the US, where we were mainly working with fast-growing startups. And we had one process in common for all of our clients, which was that we had to manage editorial calendars. You can think of that as a spreadsheet with a list of content that you're going to publish online. And as you may imagine, spreadsheets are not great for that. They are not meant for that. They're great for numbers, not for text or content or collaboration. So we started looking for, a better way to streamline this process. And we could only find 2 kinds of tools online. Either generic project management software that was great for collaboration, but not for publishing, or traditional social media schedulers that were great for scheduling, but not for collaboration. And so because we couldn't find anything, that seemed to be mapping our workflow, we decided to build it. I'm not an engineer. I learned everything on my own. And so back in 2015, I started building a prototype to use with our clients. That's what we did. We did not tell them it was our own product because we wanted some honest feedback. And, it turned out that they actually enjoyed the product quite a lot. We even have one client who told us that he would fire us as an agency if we had to go back to using Excel after trying our platform. So we figured maybe that was a good proof of concept. And so we opened up the platform in public beta. And from there, things kind of got out of hand in the right sense. And we are now serving close to 8,000 clients around the world. So 8,000 marketing teams. And we are around, $5 million in ARR. And we are growing about 200% per year. For the past 3 years. And kind of, to circle back to your actual question about what we actually do. So Loomly, is the brand success platform that helps marketing team streamline their collaboration. So we help, we map the entire content publishing workflow from digital asset management to content ideation, production, review, approval, publishing. And then, of course, we help our customers respond to any kind of comments that they receive on their content and measure the success with an analytics dashboard.
Interesting founding story. And wow, the 4th business with your spouse, you must have a secret formula for marriage, right? Maybe, the secret formula for marriage, maybe it's start the business with your spouse. I don't know. But no, we work very well together. I would not even consider today starting any kind of project without her. And I believe it's kind of mutual. It's just that, we have found over the course of those 9 years that, there are indeed some things that make it easy for us to work together. One is, we have fundamental shared values. Which helps a lot, because we don't have to compromise with who we are or how we want to do business. And it helps a lot when we have to make a decision without the other, because we kind of, are confident that we would agree with whatever the other is kind of deciding. We also have, some complementary skill sets, so we don't really overlap and we have our own expertise. And so it makes us just a better team. And last but not least, we have converging interests. So, because we are looking for the same things and because when one of us succeeds, both of us succeed, it kind of helps us, to always be in the same team and work together. So, and that, that is actually true on the business side, but it's also true on the personal side. I don't know if that answers your question, but that's usually how we look at it. Yeah, makes sense. Makes perfect sense, actually. So
Back to Loomly. What's the exact business model of Loomly? How are you making money?
Loomly is a SaaS platform. It's a self-serve SaaS platform. So 100% of our revenue comes from software subscriptions. We don't do much services. We built Loomly as a self-serve platform. So, if you want to use Loomly, you just come to our website. You can sign up for a 15-day free trial. We don't even require your credit card. You can try the entire platform for 15 days. You have unlimited features. You can invite as many collaborators as you want. And then at the end of your free trial, you can decide whether it's a good tool for you or not. And if you want to move forward, then, you can just input your credit card and pick one of our subscriptions. And that's basically how it works. Of course, we have great customer support. So if you have any questions, you can reach out anytime. But yeah, 100% of our revenue is software subscriptions.
Take us back to the first days. How did you get your first users to your product?
So like I mentioned, we used to be Noemi and I managing an advertising agency. And so Noemi was and still is super involved in all, in many social media groups for social media managers, social media marketing managers, digital managers, brand managers. And so basically when we opened the platform in public beta, so after trying it with our client, which I don't count as our first paying customers, so we basically shared the product, the URL to the product in some of those groups and say, hey, is this something you may find interesting? Do you have any kind of feedback? What do you think? And that's basically, how we started to have the first signups, the first feedback. And, I really remember it very clearly because at that time, the feedback, which we did not expect to be that positive, was something like, I've been looking for that for 10 years, or I've been trying 10 different platforms and I couldn't find that. So just, thanks for building it. And that, that was very encouraging because at the time you have to imagine that it was a very, very simple CRUD application. There was no, API connections. There was no publishing. There was no analytics, no interactions, nothing. It was just a very simple application that was allowing you to, create posts inside Loomly, not even publishing them. So you would upload text and image, and you would just share the URL with anyone in your team. They would be able to see a mock-up of the post, and they would be able to leave comments and basically approve the post or not. And that was all we were doing. And it seemed, that was kind of the pain point on the market at that time.
I hear a lot of businesses start with Facebook groups. Actually, we at Avodi started there as well. And it works really great because you're instantly in front of your target audience.
Yep.
What is your most important acquisition channel to get new customers on board right now?
I think the most important thing, and we try to eat our own dog food. It's that, you want to build a brand. And so to build a brand, you have to work on many different channels because you want to address different audiences. You want to address each audience at different stages in the funnel. And so, we do a lot of content. If you go to our blog, you will see that we publish quite a lot of extensive guides on how to build a successful brand, how to collaborate with your team. And so, this is very informational. And of course, it drives SEO. It's also something that we share in our newsletter where we have over 90,000 subscribers. So, of course, all of that works well. And then, of course, as you build a brand, then, some media outlets, kind of spread the word and talk about what you're doing, which helps a lot. We do, some SEM, of course. And I believe that, one of the best thing that we do is that actually that we do not do, but that our customers do, is that they actually invite, each others, because Loomly is a collaborative platform. So I wouldn't say we are a viral platform, but we are a collaborative platform. And so what is great is that, you start using it and you create a calendar, because everything works as, on the concept of calendars on Loomly. You create a calendar, you invite someone, and maybe they join Loomly, they enjoy it, and then they will go and create their own calendar with the same account, and they will be able to manage different projects with their account. So there is this kind of, I would say, freedom
of use of the software that makes it easy to manage multiple accounts within the same Loomly account. So I would say that's also a big driver for us.
As a co-founder, especially as a co-founder to your spouse, what is your most valuable lesson or fail up to this point?
It's so what's interesting is, if you don't mind, I'll answer the question by kind of flipping it. One of the things that we have done very, very consistently so far is collecting and including customer feedback into our roadmap. That was true when I built the first version of the product, because it was literally, Noemi on one side of the desk, me on the other side of the desk. I was building features, deploying them. She was trying the features, telling me, how it was working well or not, and whether we need to improve. And so that's basically how we built the prototype. And as we kept growing, we, consistently and deliberately looked for ways to keep collecting this feedback at scale. Like I said, we serve close to 8,000 marketing teams at the moment. So you imagine that, it's quite a lot more feedback than it was just Noemi and I. And so we speak to about 200 customers every single day, be it, in our chat, on our website, on social media, or over email. Every single user who logs into the platform and creates an account has my email address, so they can reach out to me. And so this gives us a lot of information about which features are requested, which bugs we should fix, how we can improve the UI, anything that we can learn from the customers to make the product better. And so in a way, every single day I have 200 customers who tell me what I'm doing wrong. So that kind of answers your question. But at the same time, I believe it's a driving force in what we do. And I believe it's one of our biggest competitive advantage, because we are listening very closely to what customers say, and we try to adapt in a very agile manner to what they need.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Working with customer feedback is one of the most important ways to keep growing in the right direction, I would say. So love that, Thibaud. Thanks for sharing the story behind Loomly. Now, let's wrap it up with a lightning round of 6 questions to inspire others. Before we dive into today's lightning round, let's hear a quick word from a sponsor. Do you want to build your product the best way possible? Listening to user feedback is one of the best ways to do just that. Upvote provides you with feedback boards which you can use internally or share publicly with your users. It also includes a nifty product roadmap. You are getting a 10% discount when you try out their 14-day free trial and subscribe to one of their plans. Use promo code PIRATES and you are all set. Go to upvote.com and start a 14-day free trial. Now, let's go back to the interview. If you would start a SaaS today, what would be the first action to take?
Well, I believe, if I already have an idea, it would be to just start speaking with customers. And if I don't have an idea, it would be start speaking with professionals who may have a pain point to solve.
What are some of your favorite apps and tools on your computer that you can't live without in running daily operations at Loomly?
Since we talk about pure SaaS, I would say ChartMogul. I love them. They are great. They are a great monitoring dashboard, and they help me in a lot of ways to monitor the growth of Loomly.
Yeah, you need those metrics, right?
You do.
What's the favorite app on your phone?
My phone, Gmail. I believe I cannot live without my email these days, so Gmail.
What is your favorite book, which you can also recommend to people that are either starting or about to start a SaaS or a business in general?
That may surprise you, but so far I have yet to find a book that I find probably more universal and more revolutionary than How to Win Friends and Influence People, because despite the title that may be a bit cheesy, it's actually a book about empathy. And I believe, first, the world cruelly lacks empathy these days. And if you are able to leverage empathy, for instance, by collecting your customer feedback, then you have a big edge. So definitely how to win friends and influence people.
Great recommendation. What SaaS brand do you admire the most?
Shopify. I met them when I was in Ottawa. I was very lucky to meet the team when they were 39 employees. I met with Harley Finkelstein, who is now the president. They've been an inspiration to me ever since, and it's so impressive what they keep on achieving.
Wow, that's awesome. What is your favorite SaaS person to follow?
I like what the team at OpenView is doing. In particular, Kyle Poyer. On LinkedIn, he shares pearls of wisdom every week. They kind of coined the term. No, they did not kind of. They did coin the term product-led growth. I think they are doing tremendous work. They are investors, but they are very hands-on. They have invested in great companies, and I really like them very much.
Wow, great, Thibaud. Thanks for your time today and sharing your story with us. To conclude this interview, where can we learn more about you and Loomly?
So you can find me on Twitter and on LinkedIn. And as far as Loomly is concerned, you can go to loomly.com. And this is, where you can start your 15-day free trial with no credit card required and unlimited features.